So good afternoon, everybody. So the presentation now we reach at the assertion on the fruit of the path. So I will shortly explain about the path. Actually, there are three different category of practitioner. One we call the hearer lineage. First, second we call solitary realizer. Third we call Bodhisattva lineage. Here the lineage doesn't mean kind of the continuum. It means like the nature of hearer who has a hearer nature and who has a solitary nature and who has a particularly Buddha nature. So usually you heard, all sentient beings have Buddha nature. But according to this school, they claim there are three final paths. So the practitioner who just achieved nirvana, not the Buddhahood, so the nirvana is the final destination. They're not going to practice like Bodhisattva ways. So that's mean, according to this school, they don't accept everybody has a Buddha nature. Somebody has a Buddha nature, somebody has a hearer nature, somebody has a solitary realizer nature. But the other like the Mahayana school, they accept all sentient being has Buddha nature. If someone reach to only nirvana, somehow in the future they will practice Bodhisattva paths and finally going to achieve Buddhahood. It's like zigzag. So each path has a 5 different level. You know it very well. Accumulation path, preparation path, seeing path, meditation path, no more learning paths. Within the accumulation path, there are 3: small, medium, and big. Within the preparation part, there are 4. Right? First one, the heat. We should say, preparation part of heat, preparation part of peak, like the top, like peak, preparation parts of the forbearance, and preparation part of the superior. So the third part, the seeing part. Within the seeing part, there are 15 moment of seeing part, according to this school. Within the 16th, the 15 moment of part include into the seeing part. The last one, the 16th, number 16 include into meditation parts. The practitioner, when they reach to the no more learning part, who achieve nirvana, the people who achieve nirvana we call, arha. Within the arha, there are 6 different categories of the arha. Within the 6, the first five, there's a possibility to degenerate of their practice. But the 6th one, the number 6, they don't have a kind of the risk. They're going to degenerate from nirvana. So, also the Bodhisattva ways also same. There are 5, within the 5, there's like first 3, 4, 16. So within the meditation path, there are 9 different levels. 9 different levels. According to the 9 different abandon. So here, what is the particular abandon of the practitioner who reach in the seeing path? During the seeing path, what they going to abandon? When they practice meditation paths, what they going to abandon? According to this school, ignorance, there are 2 types of ignorance. One is afflictive, one is non-afflictive. Within the afflictive, emotion, I'm not going to say afflictive ignorance. Negative emotion we can divide into 2. One we call exaggerated afflictive. One is the innate afflictive. But during the seeing part, they abandon the exaggerated afflictive. And the meditation paths abandon the innate afflictive. And the Bodhisattva going to usually they're going to abandon not only the afflictive ignorance as well as non-afflictive ignorance. Then last time we talked about there are 8 types of 8 types of what we call spiritual communities. So there are 4 approacher, 4 abider. Approacher means for try to achieve their individually the fruit. Abider means the practitioner who already attained the individual fruit that we call abider. So I said to you, when we study about numbering, then we're going to learn what is the differences abandon between the 4 approacher. Because someone is trying to enter, after the enter, they're going to achieve a certain fruit. In order to achieve the certain fruit, they have to abandon certain, afflictive emotions. So when you look at the chart, like 213, there's a chart about the part of meditation. So look at, according to Buddhism, we believe there are 3 realms, right? Desire, form, and formless. The desire realm, we just count just one realm. We don't have a different level. Within the form realm, there are 4 different levels. Within the formless, there are 4. There's been total 8 plus desire realm. There's been 9 different levels. There's a 9 different level of the realm. Then there are 8 different innate emotion. Therefore, there are 9 different levels of meditation paths because there are 9 different levels of innate afflictive emotions. Because of that, there are 9 different levels of realm then there are 9 different levels of innate emotions, affective emotion. So this means there's like a 9 meditation path, because there are 9 different levels of innate affective emotion. Why there are 9 different levels of innate affective emotion? Because there are 9 different levels of the realm. So when we have a lamrim, then we can go more detail. So the next one, the page number 214. So according to this school, they maintain that the 80 types of approachers, it's 8 types of approacher and abider. Totally 8, okay, 4 approacher, 4 abider. According to this school, all of them necessarily superior. Here, the superior, the Arya is synonym. Okay, Arya, superior. Superior from whom? Superior from us. We just call ordinary being. The practitioner, the people who are able to see the selflessness directly without relying on the conceptual thought, that we can call superior and call Arya. When the practitioner achieves nirvana or Buddhahood, then we can call Arya as well as Arha. But we must differentiate between Arha and Buddha. All Buddhas necessary to be Arya. So the Arha. All Arha are not necessary to be Buddha. The practitioner who just achieved nirvana, no Buddhahood, we don't name they are Buddha, but we name they are Arya as well as Arha. And also according to this school, all 8 types of spiritual community, there must be Arya. This is according to this school. And other school, within the 8, the first one, intense in the stream. Intense of the stream, there are 2 categories. One is just, ordinary being, but they practice, they already achieve, first part and second parts, not the third part. Another practitioner who enters the stream parts, they are not like necessarily Arya. Clear? Within the 8, according to this school, all of them necessarily be Arya. Sure, clear? Other school, the Madhyamaka or Chittamantra, within the 8, the first, there are 7 necessary be Arya. The first, there are 2 types. One is Arya, one is non-Arya. So now we need to talk about the Bodhisattva's way. The Bodhisattva, the page number 214. Bodhisattva, for example, such as a Shakyamuni, complete their collection, of merit and wisdom over 3 periods of countless great eon during the part of accumulation. So, anybody have any idea what is the differences between, merit and wisdom? In Tibetan we call Sonam Jitso, mean merit. The Ishi Jitso, wisdom. The practitioner, even though among the study partners, Sometimes you reciting mantra, doing some kind of prostration, offering mandala, offering incense, going to circumambulation. All of them we can call merit, the wisdom. Merit sambra, wisdom sambra. Sambra is Sanskrit name. Sometimes you meditate on impermanence, selflessness, uncertainty. That moment, yes, motivation is there, but you are always try to mindful on the nature. Then we call the wisdom of sambra of wisdom. So, through practicing wisdom, you're going to reduce all the negative thoughts and emotions, as well as you're going to eliminate the ignorance. Due to practice of the merit or accumulating merit, for example, due to practicing compassion, yes, you certainly reduce the anger, but it's more you like accumulating merit. In order to fully achieve your goal, whatever you have a goal, you have the it's kind of final goal, you have you kind of temporary goal, temporal goal. Whatever you're going to achieve goal, you really need a certain amount of merit. You can see within your family, friends, co-worker or neighbor, somebody put very little effort. Very little, they try here and there, they achieve their goal very easily. Somebody put lot of effort, big amount of effort. It's so difficult to achieve their goal. Doesn't matter, the bigger goal, small goal or smallest goal. Because the people who achieve everything very easily, they have enough merit. They already accumulate big amount of merit, so for them very easy. Someone has a so difficulty to achieve this kind of small job, small thing. But you try many times, but you always fail to achieve because you don't have enough merit. That's what Buddha said, the people, the being or the person who have a merit, lot of merit, enough merit, they always fulfill their achievement with very easy way. So so we have two types of sambra or two types of sambra, merit and wisdom. So the Bodhisattva had to accumulate the great three period of countless great eon during the part of accumulation. Having done this, look at, so the practitioner, the Bodhisattva, having done this, the merit, they achieve the cause of the excellent mark over 100 aeon, and then they finally vanquish the era of so this is kind of look like before you building there is a high kind of before you build very high building, it's so important you have to to bring all of the material which is necessary for the building. When you have bring all together, then for you very easy to build a high building. So it's look like they accumulate a lot of great merit. Then this just start after accumulation, then preparation, seeing, and the meditation path. Three paths they practice continuously. One meditation kind of sitting. So 100 eon. So after, so there are two period, right? One is actually great 3 period of countless great eon. The second one 100 eons. The first one accumulate because in order to eliminate all the exaggerated afflictive, innate afflictive as well as the non-afflictive ignorance. The second one, the 100 eons, they have to, the practitioner have to accumulate because in order to have all the Buddha, the good quality of the Buddha body. So, Buddha over 100 aeon, and then in their final life, vanquish, right? Vanquish means like a eliminate that error of
array of
demons.
At twilight.
Yeah, 12 lives. Wheel of ascent. I'm not sure if this is 12 demons.
Twilight. They mean
Twilight.
Yeah.
Twilight.
So I need to check in Tibetan because this. It's kind of eliminate kind of the Mara, right? Maras or Mara. Here say demands at the twinkling. What does it mean?
Twilight.
What does it mean?
Like in the very early hours of the morning.
Yeah. Twilight like it's very short. Like it's in the evening.
No.
No, it's already early hours.
Oh,
like
so
2 o'clock in the morning
okay.
or whatever one.
Yeah. The finally 5 vanquish the error of demon at the 12th while sitting beside the tree of enlightenment. And actually, no. Solo beauty, mula, yambraja. That actualize the 3 part of the version saying. Because here I think it better has said, so after they accumulate all the merit, so under the Buddha tree, so mean like around, it's kind of not morning here, like so mean like
Before morning.
no. Mula Nyambaraja. Their final 5.
Yeah, it was early.
Then the finally life. So I think there is 3 times, one is kind of in the late evening, then midnight, then early morning. In the evening, then the kind of be vanquish the error of demons. Arrangement like
a group of demons.
Yeah, demons.
Armies.
So here demons we need to know two different ways. One is that we can consider the people who annoying him, we can call they are demon. The second one important demon is not the external, we call the inner demons. So this means under the Buddha tree, he vanquished the the inner demons. And the midnight, midnight he meditated on the lack of selflessness and start to develop preparation path and continuously, cultivate the seeing path and meditation paths. So in the early morning, so Buddha already destroyed all the inner demon or external demon. That's mean in the early morning he achieved Buddhahood. So there is, I think, very deep or very important, because according to this school, they said Buddha Sattva achieved Buddhahood in the early morning. According to the Tantrayana, the practitioner have to achieve also Buddhahood early morning in certain time. So, according to Sutra teaching, I don't know why they mention early morning. According to Tantrayana part, there's a lot of reason the practitioner had to achieve Buddhahood at a certain time of early morning. In the early morning, it doesn't matter how the weather is very bad. In the morning, when you look at the sky, you can see the sky is quite peaceful. If you look at in your inner world, if you have a lot of, negative thoughts, emotion in the evening, when you get up early morning, you just wake up, if you look at sky, and so you feel a little bit more peaceful. This has some connection with the, early morning in your mind. Early morning in the time. So, so Buddha Shakyamuni, so we can call Siddhartha, he achieved Buddhahood at the Buddha tree, Buddhi tree. Enlightenment at the midnight while he is meditating. Equipoise, that means what means equipoise? Equipoise.
State of mind.
Yes,
Meditation, yeah.
state.
Actually, equipoise, they actualize the three parts of preparation, seeing, and meditation is continuously, okay? Just period to down, they actualize the part of the no more learning and they become a Buddha. So very quick, right? So because why the practitioner can learn this very quickly? Because the practitioner accumulate a lot of merit. There's a kind of enough force to abandon the afflictive emotion, innate, exuberant, as well as the non-afflictive ignorance. So according to Mahayana teaching, there's many practitioners, most of them don't emphasize about accumulating merit. So even though you are a very hard worker, you always do a lot of meditation, but if you don't have enough merit, then you cannot eliminate the afflictive emotion, especially the innate one. So you need to do two things. One is you just meditate. You need to do a lot of meditation, as well as you need to accumulate a lot of merit. So therefore, become Buddha. So therefore, from among the 12 deeds, so we have a copy here, 12 deeds of the Buddha. So according to this school, they consider that the taming to the demon at the twilight and the preceding the deeds are performed when a common being and the three bodhisattva parts of the preparation. So there's been within the 12, the 9 is the deeds of the bodhisattva, 3 are deeds of the Buddha. So this school they don't name 12 deeds of Buddha. We can say 12 deeds of Siddhartha Gautama within the 12, 9 deeds of the Bodhisattva, the 9, 3 are the deeds of Buddha. So you can see page number 215. The 12 deeds are descent from the joyous pure land. So this means conception. I'm not sure we can say conception. We can say better say enter in the mother womb, then birth, then mystery of the arts, supporting with the. So I hope all of you know the 12 deeds, right? So there are 2 different ways you can lies. One, the first, the descendant from Tushita. Number 1. Number 2, entering the mother womb. I like this one. Number 3, taking birth, right? 3. Number 4, becoming skilled in the various arts. 3, 4. Number 5, dealing. I'm not sure the English is like a dealing thing. Dealing in the contemporary of royal concert. The number 6, developing and becoming ordained. This means he become a bhikkhu or bhikshu. Number 7, practicing ascetics for 6 years. Number 8, proceeding to the Buddha tree. Number 9, overcoming the Maras hostage. Number 10, becoming fully enlightened. Number 11, turning the wheel of Dharma. Number 12, passing into Mahaparinirvana. So they just come from the descent from the Tushita. So another way you can, like checking rebirth in the heaven at Tushita. This means before he was, so there's 2 different ways. So according to this school, Vaibhashika, within the 12, the 9 are the deeds of the Bodhisattva. Only 3 deeds are the deeds of the Buddha. Because before he achieved enlightenment, so Siddhartha was not a Buddha. He's just, the Bodhisattva, he's an ordinary. But not ordinary as us. So before he descended from Tushita, so he was somewhere, then he, rebirth in the high realm and the Tushita, then descended from the Tushita, then entered the mother womb. So which is good, so we are just studying about the 12 deeds, so we have here the base of the 12 deeds. So we're going to decide this one tomorrow. So please bring with you.
Monday.
Yeah, tomorrow, right?
We study?
When is Sunday?
Monday.
Monday.
Yes.
Okay, so Monday. Yeah, so we're going to decide agenda tomorrow. So other schools, except the Swatantarika and the Vaibhashika, all the 12 deeds are deeds of the Buddha, because they believe, they accept, before Buddha descended from the Tushita, he already achieved Nirvana. Then he took a rebirth in the pure land. He spent there many years. They descended to there and did everything in this world. But this school, they just believe, he was born in ordinary boys and study and then practice 6 years, then achieve Nirvana, then turning Dharma, this kind of thing. So why, we can count only the 12 deeds? Why not more than 12, 13, 14, 15? Why not? Yes, he did so many good things. These are the more important ones, like a born, then study, then computation, then married. After married, there's a family. Then he have a kind of renounce with the family. Then he just practiced himself for 6 years. Finally, he achieved Buddhahood. Then turning will of Dharma. Then finally, he entered into Parinirvana. So within when we say the Parinirvana, there's also two different concepts, right? One concept from this school, one concept Mahayana. According to this school, after he enters in the Parinirvana, then this school believe there's a no more life. This is the last life. And other school, the Mahayana school, like Chittamandala, Madhyamaga, they say, yes, he shows us, look like entering in a Parinirvana in order to renounce us. And actually, he remains forever. Then look at, according to Theravada tradition, they look like they follow the Vipassika school. They don't believe in kind of the Tushita, and he descended from there here. Before he descended from Tushita, he was, he already achieved Nirvana. No, they just accept very ordinary view. According to Theravada, look at, they also said after Buddha, entered into Parinirvana, that this is kind of his last, right? There's no more Buddha. So Buddha Shakyamuni, ceased forever. He sees his body, he sees his mind. It's the end. So that means also they don't accept kind of the material Buddha, future Buddha. Then there's a big question, remains. Now, according to Theravada tradition, they take a refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So who is the object of the taking refuge to Buddha? Who is the actual object? We can take refuge as a Buddha. Any idea? Yes, Sangha, we can see there are so many Sangha who have been practicing the Four Noble Truths. Maybe somebody reached in the singing, past meditation, but we can consider in the practitioner as a Sangha among the three refuge. So actual Buddha, what they can project. So this is kind of big kind of question. Also not only question, this is very difficulty. So difficult to have an answer from the Theravada tradition. And I think within the Theravada right now, there are two different views. So somebody said, yes, Buddha never ceased after he entered Parinirvana, he still remains. Because one of the very, truly high practitioner of the Theravada, and one day I think he saw Buddha was surrounded by the lot of Arya and Arha. So some of the Theravada practitioners, they have experienced, see Buddha around Arya Arha, remain somewhere. So this is kind of this view. So we have a 12 deeds I mentioned. So next one, enlightenment, turning wheel of doctrine, and the nirvana. They are the deed of Buddha because they done by the after Buddha achieved Buddhahood. The proponent of the great exposition has said that a wheel of doctrine is necessarily part of seeing, and that the verbal wheel of doctrine is necessarily a wheel of doctrine of the four truths. So in this school, there's a two types of kind of dharma. We can call dharma. Ultimate dharma, ultimate teaching, and conventional teaching. You can name. Wheel of doctrine means like the ultimate teaching. Ultimate teaching is necessarily a part of saying. The accumulation part is the not ultimate teaching. So you shouldn't think teaching is kind of normally we get the sound teaching. Because we Tibetan we call it chökor, the wheel of doctrine. Wheel of doctrine there's a two. One is the part, actual saying part. One is the verbal, the sound. The verbal necessary to be the Four Noble Truth teaching of the Four Noble Truth. They accept only Four Noble Truth teaching. They don't accept other teaching. The actual meaning, the true doctrine is the part of saying. The meditation part is not, the true teaching. The accumulation, preparation, no more learning. They are not really, the true teaching, true doctrine. So because you can see the wheel of doctrine. What does usually, according to English word, what does mean doctrine? Doctrine.
Teaching, set of teaching.
So I think very easy to say. We could just say dharma. So Buddha gave a dharma. He taught a dharma. Dharma, there's a two. One is the actual meaning. One is the verbal, the sound. The sound that carry the meaning. So even though the Four Noble Truth is not really the actual the truth teaching, truth dharma. Truth dharma is the seeing part. Seeing part is the truth dharma.
You need to elaborate that.
Because there's one reason.
So, Geshe, first of all, you said Four Noble Truths as spoken by Buddha, that is a verbal dharma, that is not the actual dharma.
Yeah.
So, the actual dharma you will only
The
get
seeing
when you
part.
entering in the seeing part. When you approach the seeing part, or when you abide in the seeing part.
When you abide.
When you abide, you got the actual teaching, you got the actual
dharma. The seeing part is the actual dharma.
Right.
Just say the seeing part is the actual dharma. The verbal teaching is the kind of the conventional teaching, not the actual teaching, according to this school. There's a reason. When Buddha taught the first truth, this is the truth of suffering. Just everybody listen. First suffering, the second, the origin of suffering. Then number third is cessation of suffering. The number fourth is the path. When Buddha said this is the path through enlightenment, then that moment, according to this school, and that moment there are so many that the heaven being, we call heaven being, or God and Goddess, they say, oh, incredible Buddha gave a teaching. Buddha taught wheel of Dharma at that moment, not the first, second, third. The fourth time when Buddha taught about the path, that moment, many having being and many God and Goddess say, oh, it's incredible, Buddha taught wheel of Dharma. That moment, one of the attender or one of the disciple just cultivate the seeing path at that moment. That's the reason they say, okay, look at, this is the actual will of doctrine, because the first, second, third, nobody say, oh, Buddha told will of Dharma. And Buddha talk about the path, that all the having being, heavenly being and the other God and goddess say, oh, is very auspicious Buddha told will of Dharma. That's mean among the four, the number fourth, when he talk about the path, that moment there's a kind of sound come from the heaven. As well as one of the disciple fully cultivate the seeing path. That the seeing path is the actual, teaching, actual Dharma. This is the reason for this.
For the Four Noble Truths, the first, second, and third, they are the secondary cause. They are the secondary cause for enlightenment. The fourth one is the direct cause that will give fruits to enlightenment.
Not direct, because after seeing path, there's a meditation path. Then the last one, the accumulation. It's not nothing related.
The last one is not accumulation. The last one is
no more learning. Yeah, this is nothing to the direct and indirect cause. Just that moment, there's a sound come from the heaven. There's a Buddha throne will of Dharma. So
how does that significant, Geshe?
Huh?
How does that significant? Why is that important?
This school?
No, why is this important that there must be a sound and it is called the will of Dharma? What is the importance of this?
Because look at it. So we saying the Buddha throne will of Dharma.
Right.
So the first time, even though he talked about the first truth, there's no kind of sound come. Second, no. Third, no. The fourth time when he talked about the path, that there's a sound come from the heaven. So Buddha throne will of Dharma. They thought, oh yes, the will of Dharma means this one, the path, particularly the seeing path. There's no much reason, this. So necessarily below doctrine of the four truths. I think also, the Sri Lankan Buddhists, Thai, all of them accept only the teaching Four Noble Truths, right? They don't accept other teaching, right? Prajaparamita, so and so. But they still recite Harsutra, is it?
No.
No? Yes, yeah. It's so difficult to convince, for the normal people. Yes, Four Noble Truths, he taught publicly, historically, but the Prajaparamita, the Tantrayana, he didn't talk in the publicly, he talked very secretly and talked to the being who are intelligent. When we say he talked hiddenly, how we can prove, would actually give a teaching about Prajaparamita? How we can prove? I think that's why I look at all the Theravadan tradition. They say no. The Mahayana, the Tantrayana, they are not, teaching of Buddha. They don't accept the Mahayana. They accept Bodhicitta, Bodhisattva, but they don't accept, the Prajaparamita, emptiness, special Tantrayana. There's a true reason. One, they thought it doesn't make sense because everything is empty. First. Second, they thought, the Tantrayana is totally doesn't make sense. Because look at Buddha always talking about the doctrine, talking about, the moral conduct. Buddha talk about the bhikkhu and bhikkhuni vows. You must maintain the vows properly. Especially the bhikkhu and bhikkhuni. You shouldn't even though touch to men and women with a sense of attachment. And how is it possible to have a kind of physical relationship with the monks and the nuns? It's impossible, right? So this is good, there's a really lot of good reason they reject. So the proponent of the great exposition said that the will of doctrine is the necessarily part of the seeing, and the verbal will of doctrine is necessarily the will of doctrine of the four truths. The proponent of the great exposition said that the seven treatises of the manifest of knowledge. This means they have a certain text. It's not taught by Buddha. Abhidharma not taught by Buddha. It's taught by the some Arya and Arha. Seven treatises.
Seven treatises.
Treatises of the manifest of the knowledge. The Abhidharma were spoken by Buddha. Were spoken by Buddha. Like they call force destroyer. It's not spoken by Buddha. Shakyamuni is spoken by the four destroyer.
No. It was written down by the four destroyer.
Yeah.
Buddha says it, and then the disciple hear it. The disciple that write down is the disciple that already achieved the four destroyer.
No. This is the German is that they compose look like.
Yes, it's written down. I mean, Geshe, like you say something, I write down.
It's not Yeah. Dajumba.
If you look at the footnote 4,
Yeah.
it says only some believe, some believes.
So within the Vipashika, there's a kind of somebody accept the seven treatises is spoke by Buddha, but noticed or written by the force destroyer. But some other they totally reject. They say this is composed or written by the force destroyer. And also they don't accept. They accept all the Buddha teaching is.
So in Vaibhashika school, there's two group of people. One group says that the seven treatises and the
spoke by Buddha, Abhidharma, written by
someone. And the other group says everything is
written by force destroyer, not spoken by Buddha.
So Buddha never say anything about Abhidharma.
Yeah. Because the Four Noble Truths teaching is very simple teaching. This an only, for my understanding, only I think 6 or 7 pages.
Yes.
Not in a big volume. Abhidharma is a huge volume. Also even within Abhidharma they talk about a heaven and a hell and Tushita and so and so.
So there is internal contradictions in Vaibhashika school.
Yeah. They accept the Buddha's word is always literal. Literal means everything can accept, without exception. So according to school, Buddha words is always literal. Apart from that, 80,000 bornless of the doctrine, they do not accept a presentation of 84,000 bundle of doctrine. So they have only for teaching about 400 to not 84,000 bundle of doctrine. This is because Vashubandhu's treasury of the manifest knowledge say those 80,000 bornless of doctrine which were spoken by Subdur, the force destroyer, right? Same as Subdur or force destroyer same. The next one which is Jam, the place where the Buddha Sattva actualized enlightenment during the last lifetime is definitely the just as the desired realm. Therefore, the proponent of great exposition do not accept a presentation of the heavily adorned high pure realm, land or enjoyment body. So they accept the Buddha achieved actual enlightenment during the lifetime in India, particularly under the Buddha tree. They don't accept Buddha already achieved Buddhahood enlightenment somewhere, and he come to the land and he give a teaching. And also they don't accept the enjoyment Buddha. Body.
Sambhogakaya.
Yeah, there's a 4 Buddha, Sambhogaya, Dharmakaya, Nimagaya, Rupakaya. So don't accept enjoyment body. So not only this, but they also do not accept omniscience, because they only accept the all-knowingness, as mentioned above. So they already before this.
We discussed that.
Yeah. Then all 4 destroyer of the 3 vehicle have a nirvana with the remainder, because the asset, when one attend a nirvana without remainder, this is a severing of the continuum of consciousness, like the extension of the flame. And they accept that there are 3 final vehicle. Okay, so within the nirvana, there's a 2, right? Remainder nirvana and no remainder, without remainder nirvana. So do you understand what does mean? Nirvana with the remainder, nirvana with the no remainder, without remainder. Do you understand what does mean?
What is remainder? Body. Remainder is the body.
Yeah. So the first time when Buddha Shakyamuni achieved Buddhahood, as well as he achieved nirvana. And that moment he achieved nirvana, he achieved Buddhahood. He, eliminated all the afflictive, non-afflictive emotion, ignorance. But the dukkha, the suffering still remains with him. Even he achieved nirvana, but it doesn't mean he, eliminate the body. The body which is result of the karmic action. The remain with the physical body, there's a nirvana. So without a remainder means there's a nirvana who have achieved nirvana with this body. But according to this, they cannot pause it. They cannot pause it, without remainder. Because so far there is a body, so far the person is alive, the body is within him, right? When he intends at the parinirvana, so he disconnects with the body. This means there's no more mind and consciousness is finished. Now how there's a without remainder nirvana. So without remainder nirvana, who going to achieve? Who going to achieve it? Nobody. So, but you can see contradiction right there. They accept, 2 types of nirvana, remainder and without remainder. Remainder means remains with nirvana with the physical body, which is the result of the previous is dukkha, still dukkha. Without remainder means there's no, the physical body, which is the not result of the karmic action, only remains the nirvana. No, they cannot pause it with school.
Where is their assertion? They assert that got remainder, no remainder.
Yeah.
But didn't they say that once you attain enlightenment, no more, your mind is severed?
That's why.
How can you have a remainder?
Yeah, that's why they cannot exactly, pause it. But okay, another, on top of that, not only that, it's the same, according to the Mahayan school, the first time when Buddha achieved Buddhahood or Nirvana, that moment Buddha abandoned the cause of suffering. Yes, it's very clear. No afflictive, no nothing. Ignorance, no ignorance. As well as he eliminated the suffering, truth of suffering. How? We say, how the Buddha eliminate the truth of suffering? The truth of suffering is still there. How? So according to Mahayan school, they answer, yes, he eliminated the dukkha because he eliminated the root of the dukkha. Root of the dukkha. That's why they said he eliminated the dukkha, but still has it. But he said eliminate because the root of the suffering is eliminated. That's why they say eliminate the root of suffering.
The
Cause of the suffering. Yeah. Yeah. It sees the cause of suffering. They say they sees the suffering, truth of suffering. And remainder also is not same. According to Mahayan, that school, after you entrange in the Mahaparinirvana, so that means you leave this body, but you take another life. Another life. You take another life not due to the afflicted emotion and the karmic action. You take another life due to the merit. Due to the merit.
That will assert not cessations of the continuum. If you say that, you are asserting a continuum.
No. Don't mix two school, okay?
No, I'm not mixing the school, Michelle. You are the one that tell us that according to Vaibhashika school, they cannot posit without remainder what is doing to be enlightened, get enlightened, right? Then you say that in Mahayana. So when you say Mahayana is non-Vaibhashika school, then it is Sautrantika, Chittamantra, and Madhyamika school.
No, include the Swatantrika, just include the Madhyamaka and Chittamantra.
Right, so the two upper school says that cessation after the nirvana without remainder, you take another birth. It takes another birth, not due to karmics but due to merit. By saying that you are asserting a continuums. But a continuums, without a continuums, what is the one that going to the next one and how does it transform? However you want to name it, but you are asserting a continuums.
Yeah.
No, you agree it's a continuum.
Yeah.
So achieving nirvana does not, there's no cessation there. It's only a cessation of suffering. There's no cessation of mind.
No cessation of mind.
Okay.
No. Yes, you're right. We say cessation. What cease of the suffering? Cease of the origin of suffering. Yeah. There's no cessation of the consciousness. No cessation of bodhicitta. Yeah. So
you are asserting it as a continuum because it continues. So by saying that, you also suggest that karmic is one continuum, bodhicitta is another continuum, merits is another continuum. All these are separate continuums. And composite or compounded of that is a continuum of life. By saying that, without further explaining, it actually suggests that. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Thank you. I just try to feel like, do I understand?
Yeah. So also we can say continuum of the consciousness, continuum of the person, continuum of the being. So this one, so it's quite important. Then, okay, so reminder and without reminder. So according to this school, when there's enter into parinirvana, there's a no more life, it's final, and also there are three final vehicle, right? Vehicle. They assert that there are three final vehicles. I hope you understand, right? Three final vehicles.
Sorry, Geshe, which page?
Page number 217. All force destroyer of the three vehicles have a nirvana with the remainder because they accept that when one attains the nirvana without remainder, there's a serving, right? They accept that there are three final vehicles, right? page number 217.
Okay.
Yeah. So, final vehicle meaning, among us, let's say, two are very interested in the hierarchical. You just practice the 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truths and accumulate a lot of merit. And finally, when you achieve nirvana, this is your the last destination. And also, when you interested in the solitary path, you just enter and pass, achieve nirvana and finish. Of course, Buddha is finished. But other school, okay, this school done. Other school, even though one people can go like even though Chitamanta school and the Madhyamaka, within the Chitamanta there are two types. One is the follow the scripture, follow the reasoning, follow reasoning. One people can go like three paths. First, you can achieve the nirvana, just practicing 17 attributes for noble truths. Then you enter in the solitary path, achieve nirvana. Then you again practice bodhicitta, and you can achieve Buddhahood. It's like a three zigzag. But somebody think, this is good idea. First, you just eliminate kind of the gross level of afflicting. When you achieve kind of solitary result, then you eliminate the subtle level afflictive emotion. When you practice bodhicitta part, you eliminate the non-afflictive ignorance. It looks like very easy. Somebody says it's quite easy, look like easy. Because you're doing one step by step. When it's very easy to abandon gross level, then afflict emotion, then non-afflict emotion. But it's not the case, because when you achieve nirvana, at that moment you have a very sense of enjoyment. You don't want to lose this kind of a peaceful mind, peaceful state of mind. You don't want to lose this. So enjoyment, so enjoy, so peaceful. So somehow due to the power of Buddha, he awake you from the meditation state, let you practice bodhicitta. And you try, okay, you practice bodhicitta, and somehow you really want to meditate on, you really want to have this sense, which you already have when you achieve nirvana. It's look like, for example, there are two students. One student is from the rich family. One student is from the poor family. The student from rich family, when he entered in a boarding school, he has a lot of difficulty. He missing the lecture, the facility. During the study, he missed the food and house and everything. So he has a lot of difficulty to study. The student who comes from poor family, he doesn't have a lot of difficulties, because there's nothing here missing the good food, good clothes, good condition. He can study, very steadily. The other people, the student who come from rich family, he has a lot of difficulties. It's same. The people who achieve nirvana before practice bodhicitta, after he practice bodhicitta, he has a lot of difficulties, because he could miss the peaceful state. Peaceful state again and again. That's why, that kind of person always have to be very careful with the practice of emptiness and bodhicitta. When he or she feel, I really need this kind of peaceful state of mind, then he will practice bodhicitta. Bodhicitta push you more practice. So, there's three final level. Some, proponent that the teachers, the Buddha, merely withdrew a certain creation of this body from the head of certain,
from the side of certain
Oh.
trainees.
Pass from suffering into the, yeah. This means I think, so some of the, not only the Vipashika, some of the Vipashika proponent, this is the teacher is referred to the Buddha, merely,
Merely
withdraw.
withdrew.
Withdrew
Take
mean
back.
take back.
Withdraw.
Withdraw.
Come back.
Come back, okay. So difficult.
Just English words, Geshe, don't worry.
English.
You just you give something, you take it back. That's it.
Ah.
Literally, quite literally.
Oh yeah. 장수 같은 지금 가지도 많이 하는데 이제 가지 이제 또는 yeah. So I'll explain according to Tibetan, according, some of the proponent of Vipassika. So when Buddha entering in the parinirvana, it is entering in the Mahaparinirvana for the sum of the disciple. Not is really he is entering in the parinirvana. Right?
Yes.
Just enter.
Yes.
So from the side of the certain tenets, when he passed from the suffering and did not actualize pass from the suffering. They're similar to confusion of fish and turnips. What does mean turnips?
Sense of vegetable.
Huh?
Like it's a bit like carrot, or a white kind of carrot. So
It's a long or
white.
round.
Yeah.
It's similar with the fish. Look like fish.
White.
No, that's white color.
White color.
What color?
Radish, the white
Radish,
White
yeah.
radish.
Yeah.
White radish.
That's means somebody mixed the true view of Mahayana view of the. They say after Buddha, when Buddha enter in the parinirvana, is for somebody not really actually entering the parinirvana. That means it's from the Mahayana point of view. They mix the two views. Yeah, the numerous also. Actually, he's not entering in the parinirvana. This is mix the two, the confusion of the fish and the turnips.
turnips.
So next we just move in the page number 218. So Buddha, superior have abundant all suffering and their origin without exception. So the Buddha, abandoned the suffering and the origin of suffering. And yet it is not contradictory that the truth suffering exists within their continuum. So before he entering into parinirvana, yes, he eliminated two of them, abandoned two of them, but still have the suffering. There's no contradiction. Contradictory. That true suffering exists within the continuum. This is because when all afflictive emotion, they take truth suffering as their object and abandon, this is the positive as the abandon of the truth suffering. So I just mentioned even though he abandoned the suffering, but still suffering exists with him, because the continuum of the dukkha is still there. This is because when all afflictive emotion that takes true suffering as the object are abandoned, this is the positive abandon of the truth suffering. When all afflictive emotion have been removed, even if one still possesses true suffering is one of continuum. They do not give rise to afflictive emotion, and thus from this perspective it is said that all truth of suffering have been abandoned. I don't think there is a question, right? It is very clear. The next one is very difficult. A Buddha's physical body is included in the same lifetime as the physical base of the Bodhisattva on the part of preparation. Therefore, they accept that this body is not the Buddha. It's not the object of refuge, although it is the Buddha. So the Buddha, the body of the Buddha is the Buddha, but it's not the object of three jewels, because the body is suffering. It is the result of the karmic action. Not only that, in this system, Bodhisattva are said to be passed from the part of preparation to the part of the normal learning, is one meditative sitting. Therefore, when I think this is the quotation. The next one, 219. The Buddha jewel is said to be the wisdom of extension, right? That means the body of the Buddha is not the object of three jewels. The wisdom is the object of three jewels. The wisdom of extension. So what does mean here? Extinction. No more. Yeah. Will never be produced again, which exists in the mental continuum of the Buddha. So here the body is not the object of the three jewels. The wisdom of the Buddha is the actual object of refuge.
But it will go extinct.
Yeah. That the extension is not exactly same translation as Tibetan. This is the name. The wisdom of the Buddha. The name, name wisdom of extinction is not saying the wisdom going to be extinction.
Or the wisdom to remove the suffering.
Yeah, that means that's why it's extinction of wisdom. The wisdom is the name of the wisdom.
The wisdom that is used to extinguish.
Yeah, no extinguish. Teaching to lopa papa namgi zajin me computer me yes. This same, yeah.
But the second part says the wisdom will never be produced again, which exists in the mental continuums of the Buddha. Because when he goes into nirvana without remainder, the continuum cease. So the wisdom is ceased again.
Yeah.
And it's like the wisdom needs to be produced. So how does the Vaibhashika, can you explain that? This,
How can you take?
yeah, so there's no more, after Buddha went into Parinirvana, there's no more three jewels to take refuge. Because
There's a true refuge there.
The statement
Some like Buddha.
You only have two jewels, you never have three jewels. So how does the Buddha Gacchami Salang, what's that?
Buddha Saranam Gacchami.
Yeah, how does that work when you have these statements? You say, the second part of it says the wisdom will never be produced again, which exists in the mental continuums of a Buddha. So the wisdom gone.
So look at, I raised this question to some of them. They said, no, actually, according to Theravada tradition, when you take a refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, they're not taking refuge to Buddha, which is exist now. Now, they take refuge to Buddha, which is what exists at that moment.
Wisdom.
That moment. For example, look at. So, according to Chinese tradition, every year you have a certain time to offering food and clothe the people for your ancestors.
Yes.
That moment you are offering the food and cloth to the ancestor, which is you has seen or at that moment. You are missing the ancestor at that moment. Ancestor. You are not right now. You don't know what he or she look like right now.
Right, but the belief is, as I remember then and now, there's a continuum, and that exists in another realm that I don't see. I remember only that, but the offering that I gave is still the present moment then,
so
whatever form that it is. So it's different from what you are saying about the refuge.
Same. So your idea, you say, it doesn't care what he or she look like right now, but we still offering things to them.
The difference is there is a continuum. Over here it says that it ceased, there is no more continuum. So up to there is a full stop, no more Buddha. After you go parinirvana, no more wisdoms, no more that. Their doctrines is still there, you can achieve the path, you still have a Sangha, but you don't have Buddha at all, because there's no continuum.
So they take it to the Buddha, which is not exist before, extinct.
So you thank someone 2005 years ago, and you know there is no more him, no nothing about it now. So it's thank you 2,500 years for giving us this teaching, so that we can go there and become something like you.
Yeah.
It's just the way of it. So there's no Buddha jewels per se, continuums of Buddha jewels. So Buddha jewels only exist in that 80 years, about 40 years, during he gives teachings until parinirvana.
And 80 years.
So we are only, okay.
Yeah, and also there's another answer from their side. They said yes, we don't accept Buddha is still remain. But he said the power of the merit still remaining is as a person. So they said, if I remember that Buddha, which exists 2006 or 7 years ago, if you remember, if you pray to the Buddha, you can get resolved due to the merit.
So it sounds both nihilism and eternalism, because nihilism means that it ceases and no more of it. But there is an eternalism because the merits will still continue and pass down regardless of time frames. So you are falling in both sides. So you throw one and throw both sides.
So for you, it's very important. You're going to have a lot of chance to meet, the scholar, not just Theravada monk. You're going to meet the scholar Theravada monk. Then you just have a conversation. This idea, because right now we are just hearing, not guessing. We are hearing from here and there. You are not sure they are really scholar or master. When you need really information, you really need to meet the scholar and master. When you need some information of Tibetan Buddhism, if you ask any Tibetan monks, you can get some good information, some wrong information. You really need the master and scholar, that you can get the right information. So it's so important, you should, when you have a chance to meet them, and just ask this kind of question.
So the Buddha jewel means that the wisdom that is used to eliminate the affliction.
Yeah. Zemishebaya. So it doesn't mean, here the direct meaning doesn't mean, the wisdom is, extinction. The name, the wisdom is extinction, which is extinct all the negative things. Similarly, mean, the Buddha body is not the object refuge, the wisdom is. Similarly, because of learner superior, so we have to jump there, are beings who have a continuation, they are not considered to be community jewel, although they are of the spiritual community. So, yes, same, right? So the superior, similar because the learner or the superior, the Arya, the person the person or the area are not being which have continuation. They are not considered to be a community of jewel, although they are of the spiritual community. That means the person, the person, actually the being who reach to seeing or meditation and no more learning part, the person is not the object of three jewel, but they are still, spiritual community.
Sorry. Geshe, community jewels as in Sangha or Buddha?
No, the community jewel is not the person.
What does it mean?
Let's say,
Sorry, Geshe, over here, Ian is talking about the three jewels that we are taking refuge, right? So the three jewels being the Buddha, Dharma, and the
Sangha.
So is the community jewels means the Sangha or the Buddha?
No. Community jewel, not the Sangha is not the community jewels. Sangha is a
They are Sangha, but they are not the community jewels.
jewel.
Not the refuge
Refuge
Sangha.
object, yeah.
Okay.
So what they can pose it as a, community jewels. Look at here. So the Tuyu Langdela. So the actual community jewel is, the spiritual. It is the true path in the mental continuum of the learner superior. Right? The practitioners are not the community jewel. The path of the continuum of the person is the community jewels.
There will be a path of seeing, path of
The path. The person is not, jewel of the community. The person is not the community of jewel, and the Buddha body is not the community of jewel. Sorry, not the Buddha jewels. So actually, the path, the seeing path, the meditation path, no more learning path, they are the community jewels. They are community, although they are of the spiritual community. It is the true path is the mental continuum of the learner, superior, which are the asset to be the community jewel. There also is the presentation of the doctrine jewel, right? Jewel because nirvana and truth cessation. In the continuum of the Hira, solitary Raja, and the Buddha are all, doctrine jewel.
Seems like everything inside the mind is jewel.
Yeah. So that means, the three jewel must be the cessation or the path,
The path.
or the cessation. All the contaminated phenomena, it is impossible to be three jewels according to this school. What is very interesting. Look at when you take refuge to someone, you are not taking refuge to the person's body. When you admire someone, you are admiring to the quality of the mind, quality of the person, not the body. So that's why when you meet someone, the person is very high practitioner, very serious practitioner, you just take refuge to the person, take the refuge to the person. You shouldn't think, oh, he or she is very ugly. You shouldn't think. You think, yes, I must take refuge to the person because he has a wonderful mental quality. He has a, very rare kind of quality. So look at this makes sense, the body, the person is not important. The quality of mind, the quality of education is more important than the person, than the body. So according to this school, the thing which is contaminated phenomenon, it is impossible to be jewels. So now we just stop here. We finish Babashika, only Babashika. So what time is it now?
5 minutes after 4:30.
Oh no.
It's
So,
alright.
so anyway, so now we have how many classes? Just 2 or 3?
4 more classes.
4 more classes about the tenets.